shall not pass.
Oh please, Gandalf, what if I make a lesson on how to make your own invisibility cape? Can I pass then?
Okay.
Hey folks, that was my little Lord of the Rings style invisibility cloak demo there. So let's take a look at how we put this together. Okay, so there's my little finished product here in After Effects. And what I need are 2 video clips. This one that I filmed on a tripod, that's important. And this is my background clip, and it's just an empty background, okay? And I want to then make sure that I don't move the camera at all. It stays exactly where it is on the tripod. And I film a second clip, this time with me in it. And I've got a green, just an old tatty old green kind of bit of material there that I'm going to use as my cape. Okay, so let's take the background. And if I right click, I can do new comp from selection. Okay, so we've got a new composition with my background in. Alright, and then I'm going to take my cape clip, okay, and let's just go and just double click that. And I just need to find a couple of takes here, so I'm going to find the bit that I want about here, okay, and I'll just add that on top. So I'll trim that back a little bit just to get, so I don't have too much at the start. Okay, now this is actually really easy, okay, and what we'll do is we'll trim the end as well. I'll just take this edge here, this little blue bar, drag this in, and let's just do composition, trim comp to work area. There we go, tidied that up, just keep it nice and tidy. Right, so what we're simply going to do now is use the key light effect. So I'll do key light 1.2, drop that on my top clip, and let's use the eyedropper tool here to select some green. Okay, now the nice thing about this effect is I could open up the, say, the final result. I could change that to screen matte. Okay, and I can tweak these with the screen matte settings to get a little bit to tidy it up, but I don't want to make it complete. I want to keep, basically, go back to final result. I want to keep some of the shape to give it that cloaky effect, so you just still see a bit of the cloak. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to delete this, because the one I used, rather than just use key light by itself, I went into the effects and presets, and if I start typing in key light, I also get this little preset that comes up, which is included in After Effects for everyone, and this is a key light combined with a spill suppressor. Okay, so that'll take some of the green off, so I'm going to drop that on. Okay, again, same thing, select the colour, so I'll select some green there. Okay, and then what we'll do is we've got a nice sort of shape to this, but by turning on the advanced spill suppressor, okay, it gets rid of the green spill. Okay, and again, I could tweak some of these settings, but that's kind of basically okay. I've still got that little bit of outline which gives the cloak its kind of shape, but because we've already filmed the background, we've got the background invisible, and there you go, you've got yourself an invisibility cape. Now what I did to sort of sell the effect was I took these 2 layers, and I could either do 2 things. I could pre-compose them, I could go right click, pre-compose, or use an adjustment layer. I'll pre-compose these. Okay, and I'm going to hit OK. And then on this, I've got the Red Giant Universe plugins. So I just put on this a camera shake plugin. Okay, and I could choose, and what that will do is it will just add a little bit of movement. And on the presets, I just went and chose one of the handy presets for just a handheld camera. Okay, so that's a nice plugin to use, but of course you've got to pay for that. That's an extra plugin. So there's my camera shake preset. I'm going to just click on here, and handheld, I'll just apply preset. Okay, and what that does is it just gives the impression that it's handheld, so you're kind of distracting the viewer from the fact that it was all shot on a tripod. So you're making people think, oh, how did they do that? Okay, so you don't need to do this, but it just adds a little bit of artifice to kind of sell that. But of course you may not have the universe effects here, so let's just delete that. Another thing I could simply do is just hit scale. I'm just going to scale it up by about, let's say, 5%, so 105. And then just hit P, and I'm just going to alt click on the stopwatch for P, and just add a very slow wiggle. Wiggle, let's say, so the wiggle effect will just randomly move the position, and the first number is the speed. I want a nice slow kind of, so I'll just do like 0.5, maybe let's try 30 pixels. So the first number is the speed, the second number is the maximum amount. Okay, and that will just add a little, okay, so you see we just got a little movement there on the camera, not too fast, just as if it's like a handheld shot. Okay, so that just helps sell the effect, giving it a little handheld style motion. And I just scaled it up just so that we don't, as it moves about, we don't see the edge. Of course, if you put a bigger wiggle on, you'll need to scale it up a little more. So we don't want to move it so much that we start to see kind of black edges around the shot. That will give the game away. Okay. So that's basically how to do an invisibility cape. You need two shots, a background and the shot with the cape. You need to make sure the camera's locked off, and then you can just use the key light effect on the cape, and there you go. You shall not pass. Okay then. Cheers, buddies.